everyone, I'm going to talk about the new book. Yes, my new novel. I wrote it this year. It's out this year. Anything for You, under my adult author name of LJ Diva. This is a doozy and it's going to be quite a video because I could not have timed all of this better. Now, it's out now in ebook at Amazon. It will be going wide after October 4th. The print trade and large print paperbacks are coming October 4th to Amazon and going wide soon after. The hardcover dust jacket will be coming as well, along with the audio by the end of October. I'm hopefully getting everything out by then. I've only got the proofs at the moment, but Anything for You is out now in ebook at Amazon. Let's get into this. Okay. The inspiration for the character, Jason Oscar Daniels, or J. Daniels as I call him, was Jason Sudeikis. Now, last year in November 2021, I saw the movie Colossal with Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis. Didn't realise it was him till the end of the movie. And I went, oh yeah, I know that name. Did not recognise him at all. And a few days later, I tracked down the movie because I'd missed like the first 10-15 minutes of it. Wasn't much to miss. It was only Anne Hathaway being chucked out of a flat by the boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And a few days after that, as you do, I had a dream about Jason Sudeikis. And as you're coming out of that deep sleep state, just as you're waking up, when you have your dreams and everything's vivid, I realised, combine Jason and Oscar, and that's going to be a novel. So I wrote everything down. And then this year, I started actually writing another novel that I'd had an idea for. And I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do that because it's a duology. And the universe said, write this one first. So I started writing this in Feb to April 2022. And little did I know then, the shitstorm that was coming. Now, earlier this year, during some sort of, a Comic-Con or a convention or something or other, Olivia Wilde, Jason Sudeikis' ex-fiancée, was served custody papers on stage. Now, no one knew they were custody papers until it came out because, you know, TMZ and everybody else went digging into all the legal doodads in America to see what the papers were. She didn't say supposedly, and for all we know, she wasn't technically served. She could have had someone she knew walk up to the stage and hand her those papers. So that shitstorm all started. And then, of course, everyone blamed Jason. Oh, he served her papers and he did this and he didn't physically get into that and walk up to the stage and hand her those papers. He did not serve her. The server that was hired served her. She got served. And then recently in an article, she came out blaming him, as she would. I mean, she banged on her feminist, you know, it's misogynistic, not in my workplace bandwagon in a current magazine. It's like, are you fucking kidding? She felt threatened. Are you fucking kidding? Millions of people every day get served paperwork for divorce or custody. And she felt threatened because she was on stage and someone came up to her with an envelope full of paper. Oh, come on. What planet do you... Actually, what rock do you live under and on what planet does it reside? Seriously, you got served. Deal with it. So we fast forward to this month, September. A whole big fat shitstorm has been brewing over the last few months. The movie Don't Worry Darling that she directed a couple of years ago, also starting because, you know, it always had to be about her. Oh, the whole shitstorm over that. I mean, that comes out and we find out she's fucked everyone over. She fucked Harry over. She fucked Florence over. She even fucked Shire over and he came with the videos. She even fucked poor Chris Pine over. And I was, look, Chris Pine isn't as good looking as he used to be, but he certainly isn't deserving of all of the shit that she's created. So, poor Chris Pine. But Jesus Christ, what a shitstorm. This shitstorm's great. It's in my book. And I could not have timed this better. Seriously. Now, Jason, for the second year running, double-fisted Emmys for Ted Lasso. His birthday was on September the 18th. The ebook, came out September 19th because it's the anniversary of Jackie Collins' death, and me releasing a book every year on September 19th is my nod to her because she is my author, inspiration, and mentor. And then, of course, in the middle of all of this, Don't Worry Darling came out in Venice. And look at the shitstorm that ended up being itself. And then just last week, it was in New York, the release. I mean, seriously, more people could not have stood between the two of them. They're supposed to be a couple. Oh, they didn't want to make it about them. No, sorry. If you meet someone and fall in love on a movie and then that movie comes out, you want to support them as their partner. You want to stand next to them, put your arm around them and kiss them and congratulate them and applaud them. You don't stand 50 feet apart with, 5 or 10 people in between two of you. Body language, people, we can all read it. I mean, seriously, we can all read it. And let me tell you, the movie comes out this month, unlike Harry, but, the shit's really hitting the fan. The shit hit the fan a long time ago, and it's all of Olivia's making. At the same time, Olivia claimed in a magazine interview, and there have been multiples, her on the cover, her in the interview. I mean, seriously, how many all promo, of course. Everything was all put together beforehand. I mean, seriously, if she could have gotten out on any more magazines, she probably would have. But she also claimed that the rumours of her and Jason breaking up in November 2020 was all horseshit because they'd broken up earlier, and blah. And, she didn't leave him for Harry, and fuckity blah. And it's like, well, you really need to listen to yourself and check your shit at the door. Because we all know it's a lie. It's a lie. And you really know who's full of horseshit, Olivia? You. Because you were out riding the day you turned around and did a video call to Shia, begging him to come back to the movie to be Jack in Don't Worry, Darling. And you insulted Florence while you were doing it. And let me tell you, 2 years later, Shia came back with those receipts, right on cue. Not only emails, but the video that you clearly had thought he didn't have, or he'd forgotten about, and clearly you'd forgotten about them. I mean, seriously. Right on cue, Shia, for all you've done, what you did after leaving this movie. That doesn't matter. You came on cue. You came right on cue. Well done. Round of applause. Olivia also stated in a magazine article that there was a reason she left her relationship with Jason Sudeikis. Yes, we all know why. Because your dried up vagina wanted to go and bounce on the juvenile dick of Harry Styles. Seriously, that is all it was to it. You wanted to go and fuck Harry Styles. You were engaged to a man with 2 children. And not only did you want to fuck Harry Styles, but you chose to fuck over your fiancé, your children, and your relationship for it. And you've probably also fucked over your so-called career, and I call it so-called for a reason. Well, guess what? Shia ain't the only one who came with receipts. You might want to change your timeline because you claim it was early 2020 and we all know it was actually late 2020, and you changed the timeline to suit the breakup for your own narrative, but your social media posts are time-stamped, and the gossip sites with their photos of you and Jason are time-stamped. And guess what else? The truth is time-stamped. It's all fucking set in concrete. Everyone's got receipts, including you. You're just in denial about it. All of it. You're in denial about everything because it doesn't suit your timeline. It doesn't suit your narrative. But everyone's got photos. You posted photos. People then took screen caps of those photos, and websites reposted those photos, and they all had times because they were time-stamped. So the truth is out there. You just refuse to believe it, and you're in denial about it. You even turned up on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert last week. The same week I released this book. The same week Jason had his birthday. The week after he double-fisted Emmys. Guess what, people? I actually wrote that interview in this book. Seriously. Her character in this book are called Gloria Hannaford. Gloria after the character from Colossal. So it's Oscar and Gloria from Colossal. I wrote that scene. I wrote a Late Show scene where Gloria talks to Stephen Colbert. Let me read it to you. So I'm going to read you the passage from Anything for You, where Gloria Hannaford is on the Stephen Colbert Late Show. Seriously, I made this up. I mean, seriously, normally you could not make this up. I made this up. This is hilarious. Okay. Ari turned the TV up as the show came back on from an ad break. Okay, let's get to my first guest for this evening. She did some pretty stupid things on Friday night, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Please put your hands together and welcome actress Gloria Hannaford. What? Exploded out of Ari. Jay's eyes widened and his head lifted from Ari's shoulder. What the fuck? When did she do this? Is this today? Ari turned the volume up further and watched a glammed up Gloria wave to the audience before sitting down. Well, hello, Gloria Hannaford. Happy Halloween, Stephen Colbert said. And if you don't believe me, right there. Happy Halloween, Stephen. Gloria crossed her legs and smiled brightly for the audience. Happy Halloween, everyone. Okay, we need to dive right into this, Stephen said, and rested his arm on the desk. We've seen the footage, we heard what you said, and you were arrested for it. You went to your ex's house and screamed down the neighbourhood when he wasn't even there. When he did get there, you beat him and his assistant Bobby and were arrested. What happened? Well, Stephen, Gloria gave a guilty smile, I was a bit of an asshole last week. A bit, Jay huffed and stared at the screen. Okay, so you admit that, Stephen leaned closer. Tell us, in your own words, what happened? Well, I was pissed off at some things that had gone wrong that day and even that week. You know how it's just one thing after another that goes wrong and it all built up, and so I was in an asshole mood, and then the child support didn't come through to my bank account, and I was very stupidly went to my ex's to take it out on him. So yes, she nodded. I was an asshole and did some pretty bad things last Friday night. Bitch is owning it on TV, Jay mumbled. She's trying to get ahead of me. Okay, so let's show the footage that made it to social media of you being arrested. Stephen pointed at the camera and the footage from Friday night rolled. When it finished, they cut back to them at the desk. Now, you were arrested but not charged, and it's all because Jay Daniels, your ex-husband, is not pressing charges, nor is his assistant, Bobby Flanagan, pressing charges. That's right, Gloria's smile dimmed a little. Regardless of how much animosity is between Jay and me, he's always been a fantastic dad. He's even got the kids tonight, taking them trick-or-treating. That's fantastic and good for him, Stephen nodded. Backhanded compliment, said to make her look good, Ari muttered. But let's read the statement he released this weekend. Stephen picked up a piece of paper to read from, but the graphic of it showed on the screen. As much as I resent the animosity that has occurred between my ex and me these last years, the last thing I want is to put my children's mother behind bars. What good would that do my children? None. We have come to a resolution that best suits the fractured family unit we are, so that my children will always have both parents in their lives caring for them. I will always try to resolve the best solution to our situation, even though I don't have full custody of our children, and sadly don't get to see them as often as I'd like. My children are my number one priority and always will be. The audience applauded wildly, and Gloria's smile fell right off her face. She's trying hard not to lose it, Ari said, shaking her head in disbelief. My God, look at her. I wondered why she was dressed up when I first got there and then dishevelled when we got home, Jay muttered, and wearing different clothes. I suppose the boy child's there in the green room. Probably. Ari raised a brow of distaste. So that was Jay Daniels' statement. How do things stand after the abuse you verbally and physically hurled at him and his assistant? Stephen asked. The camera zoomed in on Gloria, showing the weak smile that barely covered her underlying emotions. Things are okay, she said. Manageable. Obviously our divorce was painful, and sadly, she flinched, made worse by my cheating, which I do own, absolutely. Bullshit, Jay spat. And while things haven't been the best the last couple of years, we're now in a moment of understanding, and he was incredibly understanding that I was having a very bad day. It was one of the neighbours who called the police, and I don't blame them. I was behaving like a maniac, and I own that. I'm very grateful to Jay and Bobby for not pressing charges and me not being in jail. I'm extremely happy to be out and home with my babies. Her lips spread open in her widest smile, and she played to the audience. That's fantastic, and it's over and done now, Stephen said. Did you apologise? Absolutely, Gloria primped for the viewers at home. They both accepted my apology. The fuck we did, Jay yelled and sat up in his seat. She did no such thing. Great, so let's move on and talk about you and Denver. He's here tonight to play his latest song. A collective groan came from Jay and Ari. The two of you are as loved up as ever. How's it going? Oh, fantastically well, Stephen. I'm so in love. Happier than I've ever been. Bullshit artist, Jay grumbled. She said the same about me. Gloria continued. Denver's great, vibrant, creative, amazing. Good in bed? Stephen asked. Fuck. Ari's brows rose again. The best, Gloria gushed. He's the best lover I've ever had. Virile, passionate. I hate you, you bitch, Jay growled, glaring at the screen. And does he write you love songs? Stephen pushed. His latest is about you, isn't it? Yes, it is, she blushed. He wrote it after we met and then kissed for the first time. Didn't take you long, you whore. Jay shot daggers at the screen. Ari studied his face before turning her attention back to the show. So, Denver's the guy you cheated on Jay with, right? But you're still going strong, Stephen pushed, knowing he was getting gold. Gloria faltered and visibly swallowed. Yes, yeah, he was, which was unfortunate timing for us, with Jay and me still being married, but Jay wanted the divorce and I decided to give it to him so I could live my best life and take a chance on something new. It's clearly worked out, so congratulations, Stephen turned to the camera. And after the break, we have Denver with his latest song that was written for the stunning Gloria Hannaford. Don't go anywhere. Jay angrily switched off the show and flung the remote. It smashed into the TV, making Ari jump. She silently watched him run his hands through his hair, stunned by his vitriol. I swear to God, I love this. Seriously, when real life inspires fiction and then that fiction comes to life, fuck. It's great. I mean, seriously, I could not have timed the release of this book any better. It astounds me. It seriously, everything that's happened this year astounds me. I thank you to the universe who gave me the idea last year and for telling me to write this story instead of the one I was currently writing. And thank you for the real life shit show that has run throughout this year while I was writing and then editing and then getting this ready for release. I mean, it's been parading side by side with this book. It's still going on because Don't Worry Darling's just come out and, you know, for all we know, there's breakup articles coming, supposedly. I follow someone on Twitter who is in the biz, knows more than what the rest of us do. This is just hilarious. I mean, seriously, thank you, universe. So, look, go and buy the book. Because I get revenge in this book, I get revenge hard. Jason's probably too nice and polite to retaliate, but I'm not. I can be as big of a bitch as everybody else. So, her character gets what she deserves in my book. Harry's character, because yes, Harry got a character, the younger singing toy boy of Gloria Hannaford. I called him Denver. I was nearly going to call him Denver, Colorado. When I was trying to come up with a name, and I came up with the name Denver, and then I thought, what about a surname? Oh, Colorado. No. His stage name is Denver. So that's Harry's character in this book. And seriously, but look, just remember, even though I get revenge on their characters, this is fiction. It's a fictional retelling of untrue events that didn't actually happen when the shit went down and hit the fan. But I get revenge and I get vicious. And, you know, don't worry, darling. They get what they deserve and they will not be rising from the ashes. So, look, when the shit hit the fan, there's only one face it blew back into, and I plan on milking that for the rest of the month and the rest of the year and probably the rest of my lifetime. So that's Anything for You. Out now as an ebook at Amazon, going wide on October 4th. Paperback, large print paperback, both coming to Amazon October 4th. Hardcover dust jacket is coming after that. The AI narrated audiobook is coming by the end of October. Everything's coming, every format's coming. It will all be out by the end of October. That's Anything for You under my adult author name of LJ Diva. Look at the cover. It's a heart on fire being ripped in two. That's got to do with the storyline. I love revenge. I'm a Taurus Gemini. And in the Chinese horoscope, I'm a tiger. I like to joke that makes me twice the woman, 4 times as horny and a tiger in bed. But it also means I love getting revenge. And if you can do it in fiction, why the hell not? And if you can use someone's real life situation, Jason, I do love you. I adore you. You're my big furry Care Bear. This is not meant to be hateful towards you. I am on your side. I'm hashtag Team Jason. But this is me getting revenge for you. There's Anything for You under my adult author name of LJ Diva. Out now at Amazon and coming wide in October.